Now, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, today we're talking about boundary management and relationship. Now, when we talk about boundary management and relationship, what is it that we are talking about? Before you even start, when you talk relationship, vision tend to run away, from not from relationship, but from the word.
Yeah. Well, firstly, Stan, I think we need to give praise where praise is truly deserved. This topic was not my initiative.
Oh, yes.
Was it your initiative? It was from one of the listeners who actually said to us that we haven't touched on the question of relationship and boundaries. And then because we want to do what our listeners tell us to do, so we decided, today to address this question. Yeah, because it's from a listener, and listeners might actually have other topics, and they're at liberty to send us their suggested topics. That's my point of departure.
And we are also encouraging, the number is 062-450-8619, right at VMC Planet Radio. We are on the World Wide Web. It is www.vmcplanetradio.co.za. You can suggest, like Tebuho, who actually suggested the topic for today, Dr. Mabila Mathebula. Now, what is boundary? How do we define a boundary, Dr. Mathebula?
Well, it's a very good question, and I'm glad you brought it up. A boundary is a line that neatly separates your relationship from other people with a view to protecting your relationship from future harm.
From future harm. So we are having something that is very futuristic in its nature here, Dr. Mabila Mathebula. Now, if we have to describe boundless relationship, how can we best describe that?
Well, a boundaryless relationship is like a person, playing tennis with a net down, or maybe having a toothless dog. The dog is there, but it's toothless. Now it's a relationship without boundaries.
Now,
or a house without an alarm system.
Exactly. Vision has got a dog. He calls it Lala, and he calls it what? What do you call the dog? He forgot what his dog is called. And
I found it there. I didn't pick this one. The one I picked was named Hades.
Oh, okay.
This one is named Nala.
Oh, Nala. Dr. Mabila Mathebula, that is a correction there. It's called Nala. So now boundless is like Nala now.
Nala knows boundaries. I know you don't like the breed, but she has boundaries.
Now, if people don't have boundaries in their relationship, what happens, Dr. Mabila Mathebula?
Well, if you don't have boundaries in your relationship, you are opening room for enemies to have access to that relationship. They can access that relationship anytime, anywhere, any moment, because you don't have boundaries.
Do we have any example, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, important, like quintessential example that you can cite?
I like the way you have actually put it, quintessential example, meaning a perfect example.
Yes.
I think one of the relationships, it's an ancient relationship. The one, the relationship between Adam and Eve, it had no boundaries. That's why the serpent had to creep in and manipulated Eve, because that relationship had no boundaries. Had Adam drawn up the boundaries, you would have actually said that you, serpent, you can't actually go over, this relationship. You'd stop here. But because there were no boundaries, the serpent had access to that relationship, and he destroyed the relationship because he had access in any way.
And he gained access and destroyed the relationship. Now, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, who are your relationship stakeholders, and to whom must you erect that relationship to, and why? For and why? In fact, let me ask it properly. Who are your relationship stakeholders to whom you must erect boundaries for, and why?
I think that's a brilliant question. That a relationship, in a relationship, you actually have stakeholders. There are some people who feel that they have a stake to your relationship. Firstly, you'd actually find that your in-laws, your in-laws may actually feel that they've got a stake in your relationship. And why? You ask the question why. Because in-laws, at times, they feel that they have a major stake in your relationship because they feel that they contributed financially to your partner's success and have an inclination to remotely control your relationship in order to gain access to financial resources. And they may do this by making unending demands or perpetual demands. For example, if they know that Stan is earning less than their daughter, they might actually make you feel that you are in this relationship, but our daughter has more money, is more salary than you. Now that gives you us a leverage to control the relationship.
Oh, okay. Very interesting, Dr. Mabila Mathebula. You remember the question was, the topic was suggested by Tebo Khone.
Yeah.
Now we have a comment by Tebo Ho, right? There's an H, that one with a G-O, this one with a H-O. He says, I was waiting for this, Dr. Mabila Mathebula and Mr. Stan. My contribution is that there are certain things that when we do in our lives and we want to involve other people, we must make sure that whenever that which we were honoring and also providing for other stakeholders is going to come to an end when I have a relationship that hey, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, I might sound like I can't read, but
I understand exactly what you are saying, because you asked me about the stakeholders, and I think, I'm going to address, different stakeholders, and then the next stakeholders are siblings. And then I think I'm answering that question. Why? Because after one was taken care of, maybe after taking care of your siblings financially, and when you move into a stable relationship, your siblings will still demand a stake in your relationship because they feel that you are still owing them. And then they might actually make your relationship increasingly difficult because they were used to finances, they were used to, using your cars, your resources and the like. And then now you have got this person who's here to stabilize your life. And then that person might actually be perceived to be an enemy. I agree with Tebo.
Okay, it's Tebo. Yeah. No, okay. Yeah. No. I think that question was saying I need to, okay, at the end he said, he said, it's a question. He said, do I need to have a meeting with different stakeholders to let them know that things have changed?
Well, it depends. It depends. You might actually have a meeting, you might call them, or you might actually live a life, that would actually show that this person is serious about this relationship. When you are serious about your relationship, an enemy will actually realize that Stan is serious in this relationship. And then I've got nothing to say because I can see the seriousness of Stan in the relationship. That's why they say actions speak louder than words.
So what are other... Okay.
Even your family, the way you treat your partner and the way she treats you will actually give them an indication that, the topic that I wanted to broach here, I can't because I can see their relationship. Now, you need to conduct your relationship in such a way that anyone must not actually have the leverage to enter into that relationship.
Exactly. What are other stakeholders, Dr. Mabila Mathebula?
Yeah, stakeholders are friends. Your friends, they know you as a free man. They could come to your place at any time and the like. And then, but once you stabilize and you've got a stable relationship, they would like to encroach on your time and disregard your partner's feelings. A person might actually come to you and say, you know what, Stan, let's go to Gold Reef City. Because they're used to that. Disregarding your partner. They might actually do that. That's another stakeholder. And also, another stakeholder, your children. And why? At times children feel that they own their parents. And for example, when you have lost your partner through death, your children may actually stop you from pursuing a relationship. Because at times when you have got a spouse, they feel as if she's there or is there to rob you or to rob them of their inheritance. And then they will actually treat such a person like a doormat, as though the person does not actually exist. And if you are not assertive as a man or as a woman, you won't have a relationship.
And then we also have what, Dr. Mabila Mathebula?
Yeah, also you have neighbors. Some of the neighbors, they don't know what boundaries are. They might actually tamper with you because you are a good person, and then you must actually make it a point that they know exactly who Stan is. They must know exactly the Muraudzi family. This is Muraudzi's house, and we can't do as we please. And then also colleagues. There are some colleagues who want to transcend the workplace into the home place. And then you need to put boundaries, because if you don't, these people might actually think that the workplace it's a home. They might actually turn the workplace, your home, into their workplace.
And co-religionist, Dr. Mathebula?
Yeah, also co-religionists, or the people that you worship with. If you don't actually put boundaries, they might actually drop at your place at any time, without actually informing you. Or they might actually do things that are actually untowards and taking advantage that are if you don't actually put boundaries, those people would actually take advantage of your situation, or they'll take advantage of your generosity. And then normally what I've actually realized is people don't know how to draw a line of separation between stupidity and generosity. At times when you are generous to people, they think you're stupid. And the more they take advantage. And a wise person knows how to draw a line of separation between generosity and stupidity. The two are not synonymous. They're different.
Okay. Now, what are the behavioral indicators of boundless relationship, Dr. Mathebula?
Yeah, the behavioral indicators of a relationship that is boundaryless. Firstly, you are hurt by other people's behavior, but you are not assertive enough to verbalize your wishes. People do as they wish, but you don't have a way to express your hurt. Or you have perpetual fights with your partner because of other people's actions. People come to you, and then they your wife's friends, they come there, they cook, they drink, they do all sorts of things, and you are hurt, but you don't know how to express it. And after those people have departed, you start fighting. And then you suppress your feelings in order to accommodate other people, and yet you do not approve of their behavior. And then you paste a smile at people, but you are hurting inside. Your wife's friends are there, but you are laughing. You are this Stan who's actually laughing. It's okay, Zoruga. But inside you feel that you are hurting. You are unhappy with your relationship, and you are easily irritable. You are no longer happy to be in that relationship because people are taking advantage of you, and then you have got a short temper.
Now, what do we need to draw up boundaries, Dr. Mabila Mathebula?
In other words, why should a relationship have boundaries? I think that's your question.
Yes.
To protect your relationship from external harm. That's why you have boundaries. And to regulate behavior of close relatives and friends. That behavior must be regulated, and if it's not regulated, they're going to encroach on your relationship. To protect sensitive information in your relationship, you have got information that is sensitive or sacrosanct. You need to protect that information, or to deny people access to sensitive information, and to allow a relationship to evolve naturally without stunting its maturity. I think those are the 5 main, main points.
Now, how do I draw up those boundaries, Dr. Mathebula?
Yeah, it's a very good question, and I'm glad you brought it up. Firstly, you need to articulate your norms. Norms are rules that govern behavior. Like in organizations, you have got values, you have got norms. For example, one of the norms could be, no one sits on my chair because this is my throne. Stan, you must actually understand one thing. In your house, you are the king. And as a king, you must actually have your throne. If for example, I come to your house and then you don't actually have a throne where you sit, everybody sits, wherever in your lounge and the like, it means that you don't have control. Like, come to my house, you'll see my throne. You must visit me, Stan. You often come to my place, but I must show you where my throne is.
I will bring Mr. Magandis with me. His name is Vision.
Yeah. And also, you might actually say, please call me before you come to my place. Because some other people, they just show up without actually calling you. Say that would be a norm, that before I come to your place, Stan, let me call you first, because you might be in the studio and you don't want to disappoint me. And then please do not bring children when you visit me. That could be one of the norms, because you have got sensitive information, you have got studios, you have got everything, you are dealing with, sensitive issues, and some of the children are very naughty. Now, you might actually have that norm and say, because I've got a studio, I'm working in the studio, please don't bring children. And people will respect that. And then I do not receive visitors after 6, or no couple must visit us if either my wife or myself are absent. For example, if you are a couple and then my wife is not there or I'm not there, please don't visit. Just visit when both of us are there. Or no visitor should go into the bedroom. Now, I'm just giving you, these are the examples of the norms. And you are responsible to carve out or to craft your own norms. And once you have got norms, you can't be hurt, because these are the rules.
Exactly, Dr. Mathebula. Now, today we have the vocabulary cabinet. What is in our vocabulary cabinet?
I hope Vision has actually read the words.
Vision did not read Dr. Mathebula. He's going to tell us now.
There's only one word. Like, that's it.
Yeah. How many words did you want, Vision?
No, like normally we get 2.
Oh, okay. So is that how you complain to Dr. Mathebula?
I'm not complaining.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving you one so that you can actually master it. I don't want information overload. I'm giving you one word at the time so that you can actually apply it next week.
Exactly. Vision, are you suggestible?
I'm not sure as yet. But,
okay.
I'm still looking at the word, that's why.
Okay.
All right, so it's portend, to be a sign of warning of a future undesirable event. I like example B.
Let's start with A, though.
B short.
Okay.
So I still have to start with A.
Yeah.
It's like A. Okay. It was a deeply superstitious country where a black cat portends bad luck. What?
Yeah. Yes.
Wait. It was a deeply superstitious country where a black cat portends bad luck.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I know that.
Still does.
No, it still does.
Yeah.
I saw one walk past my car when I was driving.
You can ask Dr. Mabila Mathebula. You
Turn.
see, if the cat is in the middle of the road and you just about to pass, if it goes back, you must go back.
Yeah, you turn around. You turn.
You turn. Okay, and then the next one.
Is it true that cows laying down in a field are a portent of rain?
I've heard that.
I won't lie. The one I've heard, which is a portent of rain, is actually, termites when they still have their wings on before they. Yeah, that actually is a portent that who's on that again.
Oh, okay.
Another one is if you open the umbrella in the house, it's gonna rain inside.
Okay.
It's superstitious.
But here we're talking. We must not run away from the point.
Yeah, no. I'm saying it's of
Yeah.
undesirable event, which is rain inside is undesirable.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, the undesirable type of rain. Dr. Mabila Mathebula.
Hi, Mr. Stan. Or Brastan, as they.
No, it's Mr. Stan. Yeah, they called me Brastan.
Last week you were Brastan.
Yeah, last week everybody was calling me Brastan.
Yeah, I wasn't here, so people didn't know.
Yeah,
they are lying.
Yeah. So Dr. Mabila Mathebula, I'm glad. In fact, before I go there, I'm glad that Vision is able to use this word, and he can be able to operationalize the word as well.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
No, Dr. Mabila Mathebula, thank you so very much. It has been fantastic. We know every time you come here, it is illogoficio hypopocunoras. And I like the fact that we become esoteric and we are enjoying ourselves here. We're having a gargantuan day right here at VMC Planet Radio. And I'm sitting, across me is an artist who can feel that, sometimes my diction is very esoteric to him. Thank you so very much, Dr. Mabila Mathebula.
Yeah, man, thanks, guys, and enjoy the rest of the show.
We are going to do just that, as Dr. Mabila Mathebula has said. Yeah, potence, So did you think Will Smith